Hello, everyone. I'm Larry Ridley. Welcome to the NFL on EA Sports. The Vikings, in today's game, it's a battle between two teams who come in with opposite win-loss totals on the year. It's the Lions going up against the Vikings.
Really?
With that, we'll send it over to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis. They've got the call in this Week 5 matchup.
Okay, Larry, thank you very much. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Twin Cities and the expansive new U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. Today, we've got a good NFC matchup on tap between the Detroit Lions and the Minnesota Vikings. Hi again, everyone. Brandon Godden alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, you look at this Vikings ball club. They come in with some fresh legs as they got the week off last week thanks to the early season bye.
And usually you hope your bye...
So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over.
Alex Smith just now a starter. Congratulations to you. He's injured. I think the Le'Veon Bell is injured, which is why Peterson's starting 4 weeks out. Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Now the first carry for Adrian Peterson. And he powers his way up past the 30. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
On 2nd down, Peterson. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
I thought guys that were over 30 weren't supposed to run the football this well in the National Football League. How about that veteran leadership? A big-time run combined with some nice blocking by his offensive line, showing that the ins and outs of being a veteran still has his place in this league. His odometer is not totally turned over yet.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45.
The coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Look pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
First down, here's a run with Peterson. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary. That led to a really nice game.
Got his target, Pierre Garçon. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15. It's a gain of 21 that time. And that leads to a Minnesota first down. And on this first drive, looks like they want to get that vertical passing game going early.
And they did, and what a warning shot they just fired. If you're not going to back up and play coverage deep, we're going to attack you all game long. And once you adjust to that and you start to back off, then that opens things up underneath. A really nice start for them.
And nice. He will score. Touchdown, Vikings.
Pierre Garçon.
His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Vikings take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. Well, that's how they envisioned it, get the football to start the game and score it.
And I don't know if that was scripted. Was it an audible?
You were right for the gap as well.
That they had in their pocket. No matter what, they had the right call.
The offense set to take the field here as they have the football in the final minute of this first quarter. And now out comes Minnesota. Will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out. Now, that was not a bad scramble there on first down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
back to the ground. This time it's Peterson.
Well done.
And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. Calling the gain is 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. A touchdown apiece here in this first quarter of play. It's a tight game here early. EA Sports NFL Sunday returns following this.
The NFL on EA Sports is brought to you by Head & Shoulders. Shoulders were made for greatness, not dandruff.
Because you're really allowed to have a mouthful inside your
Brandon
freaking
Gaudin.
office.
Second quarter begins with the Vikings holding the football, and they've got it here with a first down. On 1st and 10, Smith. And caught left side, Olsen. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes. Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, got to make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
And that's caught. Did he stay in bounds, though? He did not.
Oh, what?
Incomplete. A 3rd down, he tried to stay in bounds, did all he could. He caught it, but was led a little bit too far.
Yeah, and that's always difficult, isn't it? Because you know half of your body is trying to stay behind while the other half is reaching out, trying to catch the football. The top half worked. It was the bottom half.
That was a waste.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field stands.
Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player. You threw it yourself, but it didn't go your way.
At the end of the day, it all comes back to the head coach. He has the final determination on whether to actually challenge the play or not. In this case, it didn't pay off for him.
And that's got to be so heartbreaking. You throw that flag, you probably feel really confident, and then all of a sudden, boom, you lose the challenge.
Yeah, when you take a look at it, you're throwing that flag because you believe you're going to be right. And when it comes back the other way, you have to regroup.
Smith, he's got time. Over the middle to Garcon. And he's going to get this inside the 30. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
Brandon, so many times we see the crossing route start as a quick hitter, but in this play, he had time in the pocket and waited for him to clear going across.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
And that's exactly what you want on a 1st down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the
Oh, my God.
Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. Adrian Peterson was the intended target. 3rd down here.
One of the best routes, one of the favorite routes of any play caller. He just ran that one. Nice little angle route. That's supposed to be a catch, and usually it is in the running back drop.
Yeah, I mean, he's a running back. And now the ball's loose.
Oh, my God, you're literally right next to it.
This is scooped up by the Lions.
Oh, my God, you are so slow.
The 40. He's at the 30. And into the end zone, a scoop and score.
I'm not expecting that.
Return.
I'm not expecting that whatsoever. The thing is, they were so quick in as well, they just couldn't catch up.
As this offense gets set to take over.
God damn it.
The Vikings offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. Here's Peterson as they begin on the ground. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. 2nd down following the run. A shotgun snap for Smith. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. The gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. read the pressure, and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football.
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it
For the love of God.
And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
Lord,
so holding
man.
by the offense, and maybe now got to shift up what you want to do on the playbook.
Yeah, definitely. Change what you're doing in the playbook, but boy, the advantage shifts to the guys on defense, doesn't it? Longer yardage situations, they often become bolder.
2 minutes remain here in the first
God damn it,
half.
game.
More from Minneapolis after this. Back now, as I search for my cue card here, there we go. Coming up at halftime, Larry Ridley will join us from Orlando. He'll have highlights and analysis from our first half of play.
Well read.
Yeah, thank you.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
To throw on second down is Smith.
Nope.
And to the tight end Olsen, right side. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. And the offense moving quickly to the line. They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
Here's Smith now on second down. And they get jarred loose. It's incomplete. Pierre Garçon, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd and 4. Incomplete pass on second down. Let's see what the offense draws up here on 3rd.
After watching him drop that slant, I can hear my old coach's voice ringing in my ears right now. You can't run with the ball.
No, don't run backwards.
Trying to get those rack yards before he secured it.
They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
One hallmark of good defense.
Oh, I was going to say don't run backwards. It's so stupid.
And tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. They'll run for it. Peterson. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play. And on 4th down, they're able to convert and move the sticks.
One of the hallmarks of their success this year.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense.
I don't
that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Brown, the lone receiver, left.
Yeah, we're getting the end zone on the sideline.
Now a play fake here on first down. Over the middle here to Brown. He got 29 yards that time. They're going to hurry back to the line now. A first down carry here for Johnson. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage.
Go.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. So on second down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. And Gostkowski's kick is good. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10.
No point in risking it.
So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here at half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second half?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you.
Oh, my Lord.
One of his main targets, Delaney Walker, the intended receiver. And that takes us from second to third down. And the offense looking to pick up the first down after the second down incompletion. A nickel back added defensively as they look to stop this 3rd and 8. Got a man. It's Brown. And he will have a first down here at about the 40.
Oh, for the love of me, man. Come on. Come on, people. Can you not?
And the Lions going with an extra DB here on third down. Throwing is Smith. And he will find his man. That's Hogan, complete. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn: find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be second and very short.
That was a good, strong run there. While it won't pick up a first down, it was definitely something needed by that offense. A positive run. They got a good push by their guys up front. Maybe something they can build on as this game continues.
Again, Peterson. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
Second and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on third down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with what you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did. The goal of anyone running a curl route is to make sure you try and get defenders on your back and shield them away from the football. But sometimes even when you run a good route, the defense finds a way to knock it away.
Off of play action, here's Smith. And Olsen over the middle. And
it's close though.
Down near the 20-yard line.
Oh, Olsen's down. God damn it.
Oh, now Olsen slow to get up here. Still on the ground. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive. Now a first down throw. It's Smith. His throw
it's just as good.
The 6. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3.
Okay, when the big guy runs a corner route, you're asking a lot no matter who's covering him. Doesn't matter whether it's a linebacker or a defensive back. He usually has the advantage because of his body type.
They go play action here on
Luke Wilson.
Man, it's taken in for a Viking touchdown. Luke Wilson, his first touchdown on the year. And the Vikings are an extra point away from tying this thing up. So they go play action. Now the offense back out onto the field as they'll take over here in the final minute of this third quarter. From his goal line here, Smith. This will be caught by Brown. And they'll get him down up past the 15.
Shoulder tear, Jesus. You're gonna be out for a bit then.
Back now at beautiful new U.S. Bank Stadium. All even as we get ready to start the fourth. Smith on first down.
I guess we've got like a lot of guys that can play tight end then.
And he'll get this up to the 30
Just in case he did get injured. Got backups.
yards there on the pickup, and it'll be a Minnesota first down.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one. Really tough drive, but that run helped salvage something there because now there's something positive that came out of it. They got to see good blocking, good push by the offensive line, wide receivers trying to get involved, a good run by the back, and now maybe it'll be a catalyst for them to look at going forward, watching it on tape. Maybe they can keep incorporating that type of a run into their offense.
They give them 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
In recent years, the slot receivers really gained stature in the NFL because they can do so many things. Yes, they can line up wide like your normal wide receiver, but they have that kind of courage and toughness to run routes in the middle of the field and become dependable targets for their quarterbacks and move the sticks. Those guys are worth their weight in gold.
A good pickup there of 20 yards. Boy, the evolution of the game and how these guys in plays like that can get out of the pocket, keep plays alive, it just makes things so much harder for defenses.
It really does, and we're talking about an era in the game where the quarterbacks are the most athletically gifted that we've seen in a bunch. I mean, when you talk about collectively, it's unbelievable. So their ability to move is practiced now. It's not necessarily, oh, he just took off and you guys figure it out. When he takes off, everyone knows where to go now. They know how to run routes, change things, make themselves presentable for the quarterback. It's a lot of time that they put in on it. It's not just your static 1, 2, 3. This is where the ball goes anymore. In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
His pass
Oh, no. Right away.
Gain of 6 there on first.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
Now it's Smith. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Antonio Brown, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings are going to take the lead. So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. And now out comes Minnesota. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play
Oh my God,
called.
Yonder. Jesus.
Out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play, but if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that. Now it's Smith. Rolling to his right. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
It's a tried and true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. So 3rd and 7 and an extra defensive back on the field here.
Definitely want to play coverage here.
Smith now to throw. And be incomplete.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion
it's not
and the
worth
ball's
it.
almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or two in and bats it away.
So that'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And so the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. And out now come the Vikings. The field goal would push it to sudden death. We just saw the field goal on the other end, but I don't think they are thinking field. And now the ball's loose. Smith loses it.
Well done. Good recovery. I'm fine with that.
On plays like this where the ball
keep
comes
the
free,
ball.
it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Oh my Lord.
As he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit, and it forced an incompletion.
To throw is Smith. Over the middle to Garcon.
Yes.
And he's brought down after a good gain. A gain of 26 on the 3rd down conversion. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance. You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Brown, the lone receiver, left. Here's Smith now on second down. Over the middle here to Brown. And he'll go down at the 28. A nice pick up there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks. So there on that play, offensively, they ran the crossing route. Defense was in zone coverage. So as a former DB, how tough is it to defend that?
It's really difficult because your natural inclination is to chase the receiver.
I knew it was going to happen.
Escaping this
I knew it was
time
going
as
to
he'll
happen.
go down.
He let
They
go-
got
he
him
let
for
go
a
of him.
sack. Jason Pierre-Paul in there to get him his second sack now of the afternoon. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single
Oh!
play.
Oh, what the hell?
Football, you're dealing with
Oh,
some of the
come
best
on, man.
athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's really a difficult task.
So 3rd and 20, defense in the nickel.
Surprised they didn't go with 6 DBs, the dime look.
Oh, it's
Shit.
intercepted. That'll seal it. A great read, and it's picked off.
My God. Lost it on defense, man. Damn. Wait, this season's gonna be much harder. It feels like. Le'Veon Bell's still getting stuff. You know he's injured. Weird. Oh no, he didn't get anything new. No, he did. He got 20 more experience. How is your route running so poor for a freaking running back? That's weird. Excuse me. For how long? 3 weeks, alright. Come on then. What the hell's going on? being a bit slow. I don't really actually sure. Why not? I don't really need a quarterback. Left tackle so far been brilliant. Have 8 active wide receivers. I don't need. No kickers, wow. Awareness F. That's jokes. And you guys don't know when someone's going, he just kicks the ball like a friggin' madman. Oh, I'm 83 overall now. Nice. Don't know how that happened, but cool. So clearly got improved there.
Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. The running game will be a focus today. The Vikings have the best rush defense in the league, and they're going up against the Falcons, who will try to avoid becoming one-dimensional. With that, let's get up to Minneapolis as we say hello to our commentators, Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
Larry, it's the newest facility in the NFL, and it is a beauty as we come to you from U.S. Bank Stadium here in Minneapolis. Today, we've got a Week 6 matchup for you here between the Atlanta Falcons and the Minnesota Vikings. Hi again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And, Charles, you look at this Vikings ball club. And losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion to a victory in this.
So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. The first carry now for Adrian Peterson. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give them 13 on the pickup there. And it'll give the Vikings a first down.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast and used it to great advantage.
13 yards there on the pickup, and it'll be first down Vikings. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket.
That'll be a big
that they'll do it on purpose. Doesn't even need to be a breakdown. Just they move, and they know it affects the defense. Because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary. And I think you're exactly right. Wasn't his primary target. Found a secondary guy who sprang open, probably because of his movement out of the pocket.
On first down, it's Smith. And right side caught Hogan. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That's how they get him out of the slot on the drag.
And that route takes some fortitude from the guy running it because he knows he's going through the briar patch, as I like to call it, right? He's trying to work his way through all that traffic, and people wanting to put a little contact on it. Really well done.
5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation.
These teams goes a bit low.
I bet the offensive lineman said,
what's going to happen when you haven't been on things used that way?
And let's go get the first down.
Peterson's rushing yards is so low for the season.
On 1st and 10, Smith. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. First down and 10 now for the offensive group. Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Second quarter begins with the Vikings holding the football, and they've got it here with a first down. Now a first down throw. It's Smith. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. It'll be a gain of 4, and that'll make it 2nd and goal.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
To throw on 2nd down is Smith. Flushed out right.
Nice.
And he's gonna score.
No need. You need to throw it. There's a big giant space to make.
Alex Smith, his first touchdown on the year. And the Vikings are able to strike for 6. So a quarterback scramble, certainly a pass play, but he saw something, tucked it, and got in the end zone.
A lot of quarterbacks, when they scramble, they're scrambling.
And we drop you into the start of this next possession. The score, 7-0. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, Why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
They'll get 17 yards there, and it'll give the Vikings a first down. And there they went crossing route against the zone defense. What do you think of that?
Takes real coordination between the passer and the receiver because you've got to read those zones and where the open spots.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Cameron Jordan in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
No, you can't just run right into the dude. Oh my god. My god. Protect the quarterback. Come on.
Once again, Cameron
Jordan, the fact that I pressed R1 doesn't help
him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them.
Oh my god, enough of the holding stuff as well.
I think a
Come
double
on.
team may be in order.
Holding offense.
God's sake.
That penalty is declined.
On fourth down, here's Brett Kern to punt the football away. Back deep, Jarvis Landry.
Get out of here.
And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. And the Vikings now heading onto the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going.
Oh, so close.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Brown, the lone receiver, left. From the 50, it's Smith. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs. And they're going to speed things up here. They go play action here on first down.
What? Oh, for the love of God.
Got hit.
Come on.
Ball pops out, incomplete.
Looked like they had an opportunity for a big play across the middle, but he didn't have the concentration or the focus necessary and dropped it before he could haul it in.
No, he had it. He just got knocked out of his hand. Shut
Back
up.
to the air, Smith on second down. And he comes back with one
No, Antonio
complete.
Brown.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Antonio Brown, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Vikings have taken the lead.
And while that touchdown does not give them an insurmountable lead, it's still a lead, and that always feels good to a team.
They'd love to take that into the lockers, but a little time left on that clock, so some work to do.
I like that. I like how you're guarding against a letdown there.
Look. So this offense will head back out there, already in excellent field position.
Oh, wow.
Thanks to the interception. Now the Vikings offense works their way back onto the field. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a 1st and goal. And quickly, they get to the line. Smith. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Antonio Brown, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down. So on 2nd down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. Right hash here should be an easy one. So the drive takes them inside the 10. This offense ready to get back out there as they'll have the football to start the 3rd quarter. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the 3rd. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. change your tendencies, try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
Let's see if they do just that. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue.
There's completion to the tight end, and I think that we're looking at something out of central casting, frankly.
Absolutely. I mean, size, the hands.
Speed. I mean, can flat out run. You put that whole package together, you light up the eyes of an offensive coordinator, don't you?
They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
But that's the desired outcome coming out here in the second half of being able to run the football and establish a little bit of pace and maybe even a bit of dominance at the line of scrimmage. And they want that to continue. Way too early to think about this being ball control time. But the way they're running it, you got to think they may want to continue that and see if they can go ahead and grind their opponents into submission.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Man on the left side is Brown. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
Didn't they tell us in our meetings that they needed to account for him on each and every play?
You think? A guy of his caliber? So how does a guy like him get that wide open?
That usually means there's a tire breakdown on what the coverage was. That everyone thought they were doing something, and they were supposed to be doing something else. The bottom line is, no matter what, you have to know where he is and cover him on every play. Some think that teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Smith throwing again.
Done.
He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. Antonio Brown with his second touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Vikings are going to add on to their lead.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his second touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues. So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. And now out comes Minnesota. And they'll be looking to build off of a nice drive last time, a drive that really relied on the quarterback.
Making good decisions, distributing the ball well, distributing it accurately, keeping it away from danger. A really nicely run drive.
But now the defense, what adjustments do they need to make in the passing game?
Pass rush, pass rush, pass rush. Whether it's the guys up front or maybe you bring additional guys, but you've got to disrupt the timing of them throwing the football.
We'll see if they can disrupt it here. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a first down. So on that play, defense was in the zone. They ran a crossing route offensively, but the defense, so you got to be good with communication, don't you?
You certainly do, and it's not something that is really evident when you watch it on the screen, but everyone's talking.
And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's the Vikings in possession of the football and the lead. They'll be looking to add to that total as we begin quarter number 4. Here's Smith now on second down. Over the middle here to Brown. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. First and 10, Smith.
I knew it was going to happen.
They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted.
I knew it was going to happen. As soon as I saw him in that space.
And the return will be...
I'm doing it too many direct passes.
And we drop you into the start of this next possession. The score, 7-0. And now out comes Minnesota. Looked like they had something going last drive. Then the interception happened. Will they recover?
The memory they need to keep with them is that they did have something going. They were moving the ball on offense, had a nice sequence going. Don't worry about the other part. You can't get that back. It's Go back to what you were doing well before.
I thought you were going to say they need to have no memory, but remember the good part, forget the bad.
I like that even better.
A 10th carry now for Peterson. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
Here's Smith. This will be caught by Brown.
I'm going too much in Brown and Peterson, man. It's really, really obvious.
And he is picking up right where he left off a week ago. I wrote down, so funny here on my notes, what he said last week. And after we talked about the good game, he said, I will do it again. And I wrote those words down, and he's done it again.
And it's not bragging if you're doing it, right? Because that's exactly what he's told you, and he is getting it done.
Oh!
They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by the all-pro corner, Josh Norman. And he returned. And we drop you into the start of this next possession. The score 7-0. The Vikings offense now heading out to take over. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you've got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? Wide open receiver complete. A big play there for Minnesota. 49 yards. And after that rough game last week, you see the improvement here in this one, no doubt. I thought they might defensively take the blueprint and try to hold him down, but whatever they've tried to do, it hasn't worked as well.
And I think the reason it hasn't worked as well is that they found the gaps between coverage. And what I mean by that is ordinarily, with a player of this caliber and stature, try to make sure you're on him right off the line of scrimmage. Bump him, get him off his route. What he's doing, though, is getting off the line of scrimmage, and before the second guy can get involved in the play, the ball's being delivered. That allows him to get upfield and make even bigger plays.
Brown, the lone receiver left. To throw on second down is Smith. Got a man. It's Brown. And now a timeout defensively by the Falcons.
We're using a timeout.
It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
I feel like I'm looking at the same plays over and over again.
They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends.
Oh my god, whatever circle is, it's
Catch
slow.
made right side by Wilson. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. And the Falcons going to use another timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. In the red zone this time. Throwing now, Smith. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now hang on here. Timeout called by the defense. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. Now Smith.
No, stop it!
They get the turnover they needed. It's
stop it! God damn it.
Past the 10. Start of this next possession, the score 7-0. And now out comes Minnesota. They have the lead, still a 1-possession game, but the defense got to stop. They've got the football now, just salted away, right?
Exactly. That's all the defense is counting on from their offense. They did their job in a big way. You know they're over on the sidelines now starting to take their tape off and, hey, we've done this thing. The offense has to put it away, and that means ball security.
Absolutely. And that's caught inside the 35. And he eventually goes down, but not before reaching the 30-yard line. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. They run again with Peterson. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. That'll be their third and final stoppage here as we step aside. Oh, now look at this. They're lining up to add 3 more, little insult to injury here late in the game. This to make it a 2-score game.
Oh, man.
And Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Just
Similar
about.
to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So for Minnesota, they move back over 500 at 3-2 now on the year. And they'll get to stay put for a few days as they'll host the Baltimore Ravens next week. Meanwhile, for the Falcons, the loss here will move them back to 500 at 3-3. And now they'll head to the bye week as they'll be back in action in Week 8.
I got very lucky that game, my god. Excuse me. Holy hell, that was a long wait. It's not exactly frozen, but no. It's just taking its time. There we go.
Mom.
Didn't. Practice squad, anybody? $300. Bloody hell. Rams are third. Wait a minute. We're 11th. Nah. The Packers aren't doing too good. And no point keep throwing people around the place. Matthew Stafford's full of Ravens, but yeah.
All right, gentlemen, we made way too many mistakes this week, okay? The coaching staff has gone in, we've simplified the game plan. Let's go out here and execute. Hey, we gotta execute to win.
You're on the punt. This is different. I don't know if this is even a thing. Boop. Boop. Oh, damn. Damn it. Too much. Come on. Oh my god. Ooh.
fella. Swing on.
I don't know if this is
Let's
gonna
go.
fit. Let's try that
We've been
again.
talking about you getting better every week. You know what? Today you got better. Let's keep it up.
There we go. Oh wow. Alright, good enough. Okay. Oh. God damn it. Oh my lord, come on. I'm pretty annoyed by this because it's hard to actually do this, surprisingly. I hardly ever punt the ball. But the fact this is now a training for it. Excuse me. Oh my god. Boop. Oh, for the love of...
Pretty darn good. You know what really gets me excited? The fact that I know we can get better. You guys have so much room to improve still. That is exciting. Let's go out here and next practice, let's improve.
There we go.
Hey, man, that was great. I mean, you had a great day today. You finally getting it.
You patting his head. He didn't do anything. He's not the punter.
Coaching staff. Show us some more.
Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is Madden 17 on EA Sports. The Vikings have every intention of walking out of today's game with win number 4 on the season. It's the Ravens going up against the Vikings.
Come on, Vikings.
So with that, let's get up to the new U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. On the call, here are Brandon Guyton and Charles Davis.
We are at the newest stadium in the NFL, and its inaugural year. There's a look inside U.S. Bank Stadium here in Minneapolis. Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the Baltimore Ravens and the Minnesota Vikings. Hi again, everyone. Brandon Guyton alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, you look at this Vikings ball club. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense.
Nothing on the scoreboard, 0-0 as the offense gets ready to take over the football. Play clock winding down. On first down, Smith. And that's complete to Luke Wilson. A good start offensively. 15 yards on the game's initial play.
Partners, a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
Excuse me.
Smith on first down. Got his target, Pierre Garçon. And brought down.
So how do you beat your receiver? But you know something, that guy who's covering you, he's usually pretty good too. So the corner route is usually a great spot to get it done.
From the 50, it's Smith. And Walker with it over the middle. And he's brought down. 11 yards on the pickup, and it'll be first down Vikings.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
The play clock's running down. Play clock all the way to 0. Didn't get the snap off. 5-yard penalty.
And you see the head coach writing that note on his play sheet right now. He's going to be addressing that with his staff. A sense of urgency. Get to the line of scrimmage. Snap the ball.
Still first down.
The penalty on first down backs him up 5. It's now first down at 15. To the air again. Smith. Complete to the right. This is Garcon. Touchdown, Vikings. Pierre Garcon, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings have taken a first-quarter lead.
I think if you polled defensive backs, they would say the corner route, take that out, make it illegal, because that is so hard to recognize and so hard to adjust, because your first move is to not get beat in the middle of the field. And that's how they move you first before they break off to the corner.
But then it's... This offense ready to head back out there as they'll take over with a little over a minute to play in this first quarter. Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again.
Chris Hogan.
Hogan!
Yes. Vikings. Chris Hogan, his first touchdown on the year. And the Vikings have taken the lead. Great corner route there. Not only able to catch it, turn it upfield, and get into the end zone.
It usually involves a little bit of an extra move, doesn't it? You've got to get them thinking that you're moving to the middle of the field and you're breaking away to that corner. But that was well executed.
Offense set to take the field here as they have the football in the final minute of this first quarter. And now out comes Minnesota. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one play drive is exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was real easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
Yeah, we'll see if it's that easy here. Back to the air. Smith on second down. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Second quarter begins with the Vikings holding the football, and they've got it here with a first down. Now a first down throw. It's Smith. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. The wideout Chris Hogan, the intended receiver. And it's second down.
The good signal callers would never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
Give him a little bit of a
really
break.
nice play by the guys on the defensive side
getting
of the
hit
ball,
a bit too much.
For the guys on the offensive line, they're doing a nice job of trying to protect their passer. But when a guy hops in the air and goes airborne to try and knock one away, it's difficult because you can't reach out and grab him. That'll be a holding penalty. So all you're trying to do is make some type of a play on it, make some type of contact to try and get his arms out of the sky.
So here we go, 1st and 10 now. So he makes the grab and the chains move forward.
Nice job by the offensive line, giving them time to complete that first down pass.
Oh my God.
Escaping this time as he'll
No,
go
no,
down.
that was my
They
fault.
got it
That
for
was.
a sack. Paul Kruger in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year.
That was my fault. I ran right into the dude. I'm looking up the field.
Plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes. You got to give some credit. They're able to hop up in the air and bat that one away. And that's frustrating for an offensive lineman because the only recourse is when he goes in the air to try and get some type of a pop or a shove, hoping to bring his arms down.
Oh, my Lord.
Throw, but incomplete. He was trying to get it to Cecil Shorts that time. And that'll bring up a 4th down. Here's Brett Kern now to punt this one away. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. And we drop you into the start of this next possession. The score, 7-0. And now out comes Minnesota. They got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The big guys up front.
Nice.
You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. Prescott on 1st down. Over the middle here to Brown. Oh, shifty. Whoa. And he's brought down. And the play goes for 19 yards. Gives him a new set of downs. Fresh set of downs here.
That crossing route is so effective when you hit it just right because you get a guy on the move, and then we see the end result there.
Nightmare for the defense. They got a guy with a full head of steam.
Not only does he catch it, but he picks up additional yardage after it.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. They'll get 16 yards there. And that leads to a Minnesota 1st down. And now the passing game here in the second quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it. Now the confidence is starting to rise. I think now as a play caller, because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football, but you do say, guess what? We can throw it. We can throw it well with a whole lot of confidence.
And now we're circling here around the 2-minute warning.
This is a setup play, trying to get one last one in before the clock warning.
From the red zone now, Prescott. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. A reminder that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll check in with Larry Ridley in Orlando with highlights and analysis of this first half of play.
And I'm going to check in with
Why would you fall down?
Right there with you, partner. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. They'll throw again. Prescott trying to force it to his tight end Walker, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get. So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. And now out comes Minnesota. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they...
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. 1st down, Prescott. And he finds a man on a crossing route. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Brown, the lone receiver left. They go play action here on 1st down. And right side caught Hogan. And he goes out of bounds inside the 10 at the 9. A really nice gain of 25 yards. And that extra yardage makes this upcoming field goal attempt much more manageable.
Agreed, because when you talk to defensive coordinators, they always tell us the 35-yard line on the side of the field, that's the line we guard the most aggressively, because once they get there, They believe they're in field goal range.
So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we'll send you down to Orlando as we check in with Larry Ridley and our EA. And we drop you into the start of this next possession. The score, 7-0. Now a play fake here on first down. And
oh, what?
This is intercepted.
What?
My goodness. A great read, and it's picked off. And they'll set up shop right near mid.
They went right past him. That's really odd. I'm not unaware that he did that happen. He actually flew right past him.
They start the drive with Peterson. And he powers his way up past the 30. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Off the play fake, Prescott. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45.
And when you have a guy...
Like he's doing okay, but I'm going to switch him. Throw the challenge. I'm going to throw the challenge flag. I'm still got a ponder as well, just in case.
Backfield can catch the football. You don't just use him strictly for check downs or dump offs. You make him part of the primary passing attack, because what you're trying to do is get him into open field and then let him make people miss and advance the football.
Smith, he's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down.
I'm going to show my age here a little bit. We used to talk about running backs catching the ball as safety valves. Nowadays, they're a big part of the passing offense.
Quit acting like you're so old. You're only 65.
Why do they love pushing all the way back to the line?
They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. And look at the numbers, a repeat performance. It seems right now it doesn't matter how many guys they're going to put on him, he's going to catch the football.
And when you hit that zone, and that's what he's in right now, where everything is working well for him, and I think it's in combination with...
Luke Wilson.
Right side.
Whoa, Luke Wilson, chill out. All right.
His second touchdown on the season, and the Vikings are going to retake the lead.
Remember the one-dimensional tight ends who just put their hand in the ground and block people? Well, if you're that guy now, you're probably a fullback in an I-formation offense. These tight ends nowadays can do everything. Block, run,
Luke
and
Wilson,
catch.
you are
Beautiful
a
connection
madman.
for a touchdown.
Trying to do that. You're going to hurt yourself, mate.
So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. On 1st and 10, Smith. The throw left side complete to Hogan.
Personal foul. Face mask.
All right.
Defense.
Charles, I know it's hard when live bullets are flying, but you cannot keep your hand up around the face mask area.
It is absolutely inexcusable nowadays. We talk about target areas all the time. You have to aim lower so that your hand doesn't get involved in the face mask.
Now a first down throw. It's Smith. Complete to the right. This is Garcon. It'll go as a gain of 12, and it'll be a Minnesota first down. Really nice little connection there. They go with the corner route, and it works out well.
And the best way to set up the corner route is to throw slants throughout the ball game so that when you're able to get back outside, the defender has to respect the inside game.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Almost not fair. The big guy running the corner route, being able to lean and push and get to where he wants.
So how do you stop it?
A lot of times you want to have a linebacker on him, a bigger body guy who can handle him physically. But a lot of times that
Come on, Adrian Peterson.
his quickness often wins the route.
Get it. Yes, well done.
Touchdown, Vikings.
Adrian Peterson.
On the year. And the Vikings are going to take the lead.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run, and one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big...
And we drop you into the start of this next possession. The score, 7-0. On first down, it's Smith. And he'll hit his tight end, Walker.
Bloody hell.
Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
See it now, you understand just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays. Makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice game right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice second down for them.
Only a yard on the pickup, so from a good situation on 2nd and 2, it's now 3rd and 1. So following the run, we'll see what they do here on 3rd down. And in this situation with a lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
It's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
And at this stage of the game, time a factor, time on their side as they just try to eke out the final precious moments in this one. And he'll be taken down right around the 41-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. Well, they'll take that every time with a lead, first down, 4th quarter, getting 8 yards. You love that.
They will take it. And you have to ask the defensive guys, why did you give it? I mean, you know the situation. You're down, have to stop them, have to get the football back. But 8 yards on first down puts them back on their heels.
Time is starting to run out, really becoming a factor. We'll see if the defense can get the stop they need to get the ball back to the offense. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They're facing a critical 3rd down now as they try to hold on to this lead. Here's Smith, and able to find Garcon.
Oh my God! Nice. Wow.
With his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year, and the Vikings find a way to stretch their lead.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly in control right now, but I'm looking at your face and I'm thinking I've got to be careful with that.
Well, it's a 2-score game. You're inside at 2 minutes. I think you can breathe relative.
Alright, and then we do the last one. Look what, just bind the dude and not have him do anything for the first season. So let's just have him literally end the last.
7-0.
In this last quarter.
They come out here in the eye. They go play action here on first down. And he whips that one incomplete there.
Receivers work all the time on making sure they catch the ball, haul it into their bodies.
They have way more plays than us, and also have less
plays. A little bit loss of focus on that play.
10 yards still left on 2nd down. That one looks like he'll throw here. And this time he's got the hookup. It's complete. And now the Raven defense going to call
Ravens are doing timeouts.
It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. And the offense lining up 1st and 10. They'll set up to throw. Over the middle here to Brown. And now the Ravens are going to take another timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Peterson alone in the backfield. And he'll get it up the middle. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. And now following that timeout, the defense back out onto the field. They'll run it. Here's Peterson. And he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. He'll look to throw. finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. They come out with one back and three tight ends. And he's across for the late touchdown. And in the final seconds, that one should just about put a capper on this game. So a little icing on the cake there before the clock hits all zeros.
What a way to finish things off. Exactly what you want. Not much time and a touchdown to put things away.
A big offensive explosion leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
Sorry, Stafford.
They will
I'm sorry.
gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Vikings, their good start continues as they get their record up to 4-2. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Meanwhile, for Baltimore, the loss here, they'll look to get back on the beam next week as they host the Pittsburgh Steelers.
He wasn't showing off that with that one.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Vikings as we say so long from Minneapolis.
Don't need them quite yet. Someone else is injured now. What the hell? Alright. Wilson should be back soon. Le'Veon Bell soon. And we can go. There's a clear Le'Veon Bell. Starting Jim Peterson. He's been doing well so far anyway. I was going to start him starting yet. Come on. That sound alone is just like, nah, you don't want him. Excuse me. Why is that C? You gonna change the wide receiver for wide receiver? Makes no damn sense. Don't be a 60 for God's sake. Damn it. I need another tight end. That's the kind of the thing. Oh, because Chris Hogan and Roberts, that's why it's so low. So basically I need someone that's got a higher rating than Chris Hogan. Or improve Chris Hogan's rating. Alright. Seth Roberts is quite low down as well. Oh, that's fine. I still need a cornerback. That's higher than a 70 fragile too. Oh, 68, forget it. I think this is my team then. This shall be my team. So many halfbacks, my god. I mean, Delaney Walker and... Oh. Delaney Walker has a higher rating as a fudging fullback than he does as a tight end. Wow. Anyway, that shall be that then. Let's go to the match.
Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. You're tuned in. We have a couple of confident teams coming into today's game. Both walked off the field with victories last time out. It's the Vikings going up against the Buccaneers. So let's get you over to Tampa as we say hello to our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Larry, we are at a site that's played host to 2 Super Bowls, and that's Raymond James Stadium in Tampa. Tonight, we reach the unofficial midway point of the season with a good Monday night battle between the Minnesota Vikings and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Hi again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And, Charles, you take a look at this Buccaneer ball club. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week.
Nothing on the scoreboard, 0-0 as the offense gets ready to take over the football. Brown, the lone receiver left.
Itchy head.
Now a play fake here on first down. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
Brandon, more and more offenses are going to the philosophy of using every inch of the field to try and spread things out. And when your running back can catch the ball as well, that can only help your offense.
Smith on first down. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
And that one was knocked away, and I think the defenders are going to be a little upset with themselves. They made the play on the football, but that one felt like a forced pass by the quarterback. Thought he had someone open. He really wasn't. Maybe an example of having too much confidence in his receiver that no matter what, I'm going to throw it to him. And that was a play made by the defense, and it could have been a bigger one. Coaches really don't care from what position they get this, but run after the catch ability, rack ability, is often the difference between winning and losing and changing field position.
Smith, that's complete right around the 8. A gain of 6 there on first.
And that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on first down, hitting the tight end there. Now it brings up a second and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. Again, Smith. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. The former Bill, Chris Hogan, the intended receiver. And it's third down.
Well, the great coach has said football is really a simple game. Rush theirs, protect yours. And he's talking about those guys throwing the football. In this situation, the rush one, hitting the quarterback and forcing him into an incompletion.
This will be caught at about the 6. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the first down as he's tackled at the 2. Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defense side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy.
I don't know why I passed the trial. Why is Pearson so slow?
Down the right side. He's at the 50. 30. Past the 20. And it's a pick.
I'm surprised that people are so slow.
Back to the house for a Buccaneer TD. And we drop you into the start of this next possession.
That's the wrong stinking button as well.
The Vikings offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position and not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
On first down, it's Smith. And he's got his tight end. This is Luke Wilson. And oh, he coughed it up. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line. So following the fumble, this offense will get another shot at it as they quickly head back onto the field. They'll run it now out of the gun. And some room for him there as he'll take this up to about the 15. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2. Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Second quarter begins with the Vikings holding the football. They're looking at a 2nd and short yardage to start things out. They come out here in the I. On second down, here's Smith. And complete to the tight end Walker, right side. 15 yards through the air and a first down.
And the game just keeps evolving. Big guys running those corner routes, so difficult to cover.
So the offense has it 1st and 10. Now a first down throw. It's Smith. And Walker with it over the middle. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
One receiver right, that's Brown. To throw on second down is Smith. And incomplete there. A nice hit.
Oh, for the love of...
Ball free and brings up third down. Seven yards remain now on third down. Throwing on third down, Smith. And to the left side here, Wilson. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. 1st and 10. Smith got his target, Pierre Garçon.
Wow.
And he's able to get this
Pittsburgh
one
winning
down to
3
the
points.
40-yard line.
Well, for teams that like to play man coverage, running
Why is every
routes
single
can be
tight
tough
end
on
just
them
seems to
because
just
of
get
the
injured all
ability
the
of
time?
getting into it. Sometimes you're squaring it off. Sometimes you're just rounding it. Sometimes there's a fake. Sometimes there's
Look at
not.
the fact that
That makes it very, very difficult.
I have like
for a
no
DB
wide
to stay
receivers.
with it.
Everybody else is like tight end or something. It's a bit dumb. Where's the more wide receivers? I think everyone's playing tight end or fullback. Or it's just me, all the plays that I'm doing. I'm not brilliant.
If you run an out route, it's likely you end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
Now it's AP, Adrian Peterson.
So that straight away.
Play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
That's fine.
Now play number 8 on this drive.
Better than getting a
89
fudging
yards to
sack.
pick up the 1st on 3rd. Peterson
not right,
into
it's
the
just not
backfield. Smith. And he
Oh my lord.
to it through the contact. Incomplete.
It looked like they had something there, but I think that he was thinking about running with the football before he actually hauled it in, and that led to a big drop.
And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. And now out comes Minnesota. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see.
One of the selling points of the in route is it gives the quarterback a really nice sight line to his receiver and almost on a direct shot able to throw the ball into the middle of the field and have a great chance of success as they did on that play.
And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line.
Now that play will end up on the highlights and you'll see it all over the place, but what you won't see, the offensive line that bought the extra time, that allowed for the big completion downfield, those guys made that play possible.
And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line.
When you put together a formula for winning defense, it's exactly what we're seeing in this game. Controlling the line of scrimmage, attacking, and changing everything so that now they're playing in the offense's backfield.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown,
good enough.
Minnesota. Adrian Peterson, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. This offense ready to get back out there as they'll have the football to start the 3rd. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the 3rd. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up.
No.
And down goes a Buccaneer sack. Charles Johnson.
Focusing more on
sack him
outside of the
for
field
loss
and
of
actually on
6. And the defense will try and pin their ears
line.
back and
Really
get
annoying.
pressure again here after the sack. It's 3rd down. From the gun, here's Smith. But it's caught by Shorts. And he's brought down after a good gain. It's a gain of 20 and picking up the 1st.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
And that is incomplete. The tight end, Luke Wilson, was the target. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Normally, he's pretty reliable. Usually catches what's thrown to him. On that play, he simply dropped it.
2nd down here after the incomplete pass. A shotgun snap for Smith.
Oh
And his
my
throw
Lord.
here's incomplete.
Oh, too much of a direct throw.
As tight ends go,
And he's
he might not
holding it,
provide
and
the
it's
super
just
flashy
presses it,
plays
throws it
very
high.
often, but he's pretty reliable. Usually an excellent target and normally catches what's thrown to him, but he didn't on that play.
So here we go now. An extra defensive back in there on 3rd and 10. Here's Smith. He gets it to Brown. Complete. 18 yards there and a first down.
And fit's the exact right word. Over the middle, there's almost always traffic, so anytime you're a receiver in that area, you're not just focused on catching the football. You're wondering where the collision's going to come from, right? Because there's almost always someone there able to concentrate, catch it, and even added a little extra at the end with a short run.
They give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains. Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive. Now a first down throw. It's Smith. The throw left side complete to Hogan. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so. They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. Now it's Smith. Over the middle, that's caught by Hogan. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Peterson alone in the backfield. Now a play fake here on first down. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. Charles Johnson in there to get him for his 2nd sack of the night.
It's interesting, partner, that most defenses try and guard the 35-yard line actively because they think the way kickers are nowadays, about a 52-yard field goal, they're kind of giving up points. But you get even deeper into territory, you get into the red zone, they're going to guard it even more, which means more pressure, more blitzing.
Long drive. The defense just cannot seem to catch a break and get off the field. And the Bucs with an extra defender in the secondary now on 3rd down. Back to throw, Smith. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Luke Wilson, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings have taken the lead. So on 3rd and medium, they dial up the pass, and it works to... Now the offense back out onto the field as they'll take over here in the final minute of this 3rd quarter. And now out comes Minnesota. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game, and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, 3rd quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot. But they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall. Brandon, we did watch him play well on tape last week, and it was a lot of fun to watch. And he put together some nice numbers, some really nifty plays, and he's doing it again this week. And what I'm seeing is the rest of his team starting to rise in confidence as well.
Rubbing off a little bit? Back now in Tampa. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. Brown, the lone receiver left. To the air again, Smith. And it's caught over the middle. Wilson. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. They go play action here on first down. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. It's a gain of 5, and it'll make it 2nd down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands, That's why sometimes you swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Out to the right here to Wilson. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains. And passing yardage-wise, now up over 350 in this game. Pretty nice performance.
Definitely that, which usually means you're putting a lot of pressure on guys trying to cover. If you're a defensive back and they put over 350 yards on you, you've had a long day. The key to everything, if you're doing it without throwing interceptions or turning the ball over. As the field starts to get condensed, the defense likes that a lot because now you don't have as much space to cover, but a well-run corner route there.
Smith throwing again. That's caught at the 3. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Smith now to throw, and he can't corral it. Maybe a big missed opportunity there defensively in the end zone. And now 3rd down.
A missed opportunity for an interception would have killed off a drive. They had a chance there to finish things off. Didn't get it done. I guess that's why a lot of those guys do not play offense.
3rd and goal now. The defense looking to hold. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. Adrian Peterson with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Vikings are going to add on to their lead. Able to punch it in on 3rd down makes it easier for those guys on the sideline. They didn't have a 4th. So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. And out now come the Vikings. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back?
Oh, my God. I hate that so much.
I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
Dragging you down from behind.
Time for a break.
It's quite annoying.
We'll come back, see what transpires after this.
Excuse me.
Prescott on 3rd and 2. They're able to locate Wilson. And he will have 1st down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. And now the Bucs deciding to take a timeout defensively. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. 1st down and 10 now for the offensive group. Here's Peterson. And able to break one. And the Buccaneers go ahead and take another timeout. That'll be their 2nd, so 1 more chance to stop the clock here. And we'll be back. See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. They come out here in the eye. Well, Prescott here to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. They give it to Peterson. Down right around the 25. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Yeah, every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd. And the offense there, the O-line, everybody really on offense, they were just manhandled at the point of attack.
Yeah, you could pretty much call them all out, couldn't you? Almost by name, right? That was a very tough sequence for the offensive line. But how about that defensive